Well, welcome back. I'm Maintenance Mike, and I got a very special guest with me today. I have Job Cooper from Wyckoff Heating and Cooling. He's agreed to come here today, and we're going to talk about a lot of different items throughout the month. Every Monday, we're going to have a little topic. Today, I'd like to talk about humidity, though, Job. And first of all, thanks for being here.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Glad to be here.
So you told me in 33 years of heating and cooling that this year you've had more people contact you about humidity in a home than ever before.
Yeah, it's been a very challenging year, and I think you can look right at where we started, in May with the amount of moisture that we had, and now we're coming through in October with record rainfall. Typically we're around 1.5 inches, and we're going to be in 6 inches or so in October, and what that does is it just saturates the ground, it saturates the products in the house, and then when you take that in combination with lower temperatures in the summertime, and we don't get the air conditioners running like they typically do and not removing moisture, you've seen a lot of high humidities in a lot of homes, both new and existing.
Right. So what could a homeowner do to kind of help eliminate that humidity? And is that humidity a problem year round? Is it something that's just a problem maybe in the wintertime or something like that?
Well, obviously, too much humidity can be detrimental to a house. Not enough humidity can be detrimental to a house. So trying to find, that fine line between having enough and keeping the house properly moisture where it needs to be is a big thing. What we like to see in the summertime is pretty much anything below 60% relative humidity in the house would be acceptable. In the wintertime, somewhere around that 35% range is what we would consider acceptable. As far as a homeowner goes, keeping the equipment maintained, keeping the filter changed, the outdoor air conditioner, making sure you don't have shrubs or debris, piled around that doesn't let it breathe and effectively move the air across the condensing coil like it should. And then there's some things, even above and beyond that, when you have a year like we've had this year with that amount of moisture, cooler temperatures, limited runtime in air conditioners, it might be at a point where people need to maybe look at putting in a standalone dehumidifier, or they make whole house dehumidifiers that can tie right into the duct system. Something that can remove moisture out of the house without changing the air temperature in the house.
Right.
Air conditioners are great for removing humidity, but they only do it when they run. And if it's cooler temperatures outside and there's no demand for the air conditioner to run, obviously it's not removing humidity.
Right. And we were talking earlier in condos, in small apartment type buildings. This is beyond just Jerry's homes. If you live in a condo or an apartment and you have high humidity, obviously in the wintertime you're going to see a lot of moisture on the windows and things like that. So again, probably just get into that dehumidifier, right?
Absolutely, and removing that moisture. Yep, and you hit on a good point too. We see a lot of structures, especially that are slab on grade, where you've got that concrete, especially in newer construction, where that's just saturated with water because they poured that. I read recently that a standard new home, the concrete in the floor has about 600 gallons in it. The concrete in the foundation walls has about 800 gallons. Now over time that goes away and dissipates as it cures. But in the beginning, that's a lot of moisture in the house, and then you couple that with paints and stains and glues and construction moisture and everything else.
In that house.
Yeah, in the same article I read that approximately 20,000 pounds of moisture is in a new home.
Wow.
So
that's
and that takes
incredible.
time to dry out. Yeah, and then when you take, like I said, the amount of moisture and rainfall that we've had this year, cooler temperatures, limited runtime on the air conditioners, which are your best dehumidifiers when they run, we've seen a lot of humidity calls. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we just wanted to talk a little bit about moisture today. Appreciate you tuning in here. So join us again next Monday. We got all kinds of topics lined up. So Job, thank you very much for being here.
Glad to be here.
We'll see you next Monday for another Maintenance Monday.